That just reminded me of...
Hi!
Hi!
My name's Alex, I'm not a speedrunner.
Good to meet you, yeah, I had to cover for
I'm
it.
not a speedrunner either!
Is your name
My
Alex?
name's Nos and I'm dumb. Oh wait, his name's Nos and I'm speedrunner. You're right.
I can't turn like that. God damn.
My name's Nas, and I'm a casual Let's Player.
March, April, May, June, July. We're in our 5th month of this grand experiment. Almost half a year of this. And if I did that first career change video, or when I was, moving from staff to Twitch, full-time Twitch caster, and you told me, hey, Brian, variety is not going to work out for you. You're going to move into speedrunning. I would have been like, oh, it's cool. I'm going to try being, I played Octodad. Fast, kinda. But to make it the thing I wanted to do, the thing that would kind of save my cast, I probably wouldn't have believed you. Because when I became a full-time broadcaster, I was determined to do variety. And I think, a lot of what I did at the beginning was sort of focused around that. And then you saw the videos after that. And, you follow me on Twitter and you see me on Twitch, and, months went by, and in my 3rd and 4th month, things weren't that great. Went 2 weeks without a follow, went a month without a raid. It's like these things that I took for granted as a variety caster when I was streaming at night were no longer there. And I made the video where I couldn't even show my face because I was just so ashamed of what had happened. Like, this can't be happening. But, there's the old adage, it gets worse before it gets better. And so I think the scariest thing about this, my switch now from being a full-time broadcaster, full-time variety broadcaster, to a full-time speedrunner, the hardest thing was the transition, and to add that transition on top of the transition from going from, professional designer out to entertainer, it's like all of these things are just happening at the same time. But if anything, if speedrunning has introduced me to anything, to this concept, it's being a little bit more courageous, being a little bit more like, what do I have to lose by doing this? Except my existing community. I mean, you look at that and you're like, well, yeah, you can lose your existing community if this doesn't work out. And this, I viewed the switch to speedrunning as that sort of out, my last chance. Like, I would come back to variety all battered and bloody if speedrunning didn't work out. But my community was there behind me. You guys were there behind me, saying, as I was introducing Mega Man 2 and I was getting better at it, and I started introducing the 46 Robot Master percent, run and everything else, like, people were slowly starting to like the content. And that was really, I was pleasantly surprised. It is what I had wanted inside, for, that feeling that, yes, this is working. People were telling me that, yeah, actually you're more animated when you don't have your cam on. And I was always adamant about having a cam. Like, so many things have changed. And I think the thing I've learned most throughout all of this, and, going to SGDQ, meeting up with, really good friends of mine, again, not as Twitch staff this year, but as one of them, as a speedrunner, amateur speedrunner, wannabe professional speedrunner. I was so inspired and encouraged, and I asked all of them questions about events that are coming up in my life and in the cast and stuff like that. And we really confided in each other and found a really great community full of people who are willing to help, even if you just met them. Like, hey, here's some things you can do. Here's some things I've learned by being, because I'm completely out of my element, as if I was out of my element with variety casting. I was completely out of my element with how to entertain being a speedrunner. It's been about a month since I made this switch, and the cast shows life again. I'm focused on the times and the PBs and not the numbers and the subs and the follower count, because like I don't have to worry about it anymore. For the first time in a very long time, I don't have to worry about that stuff because I'm more worried about getting a good time. Something that's a personal challenge to me rather than something that I can judge myself with, that I can put myself down with. If you watch my Out With It videos, it's something I always talk about. Self-worth. And to not have that trap is just so nice. So I've told my community, and I'm going to keep continuing this, and you see where it goes. 20th in the world in zipless Mega Man 2, glitchless Mega Man 2. You know, I'm gonna be in a speedrunning tournament in September. People have already asked me to be a part of their like events, and it's like I'm embracing it, and they're embracing me. An expensive gamer challenged me to my Mega Man 3, and people were like saying, well, you're facing a speedrunner. It's like the brand is already there. Everything has already come into place. But again, I guess I was alluding to it before. If there's a jump you've been wanting to take it. And introduce it slowly if it's not something you feel you can do cold turkey. You know, I think it's the worst part of that whole adage about not liking change, because it locks us in this prison of something that we know works, and if it's not working, then we're wondering if we're doing the right thing, don't know what else to try, don't want to try anything because we're too scared of losing what we have, too scared of venturing out into that unknown. But if I've learned anything, is that like I'm not like, you know, getting 100,000 followers a day. I'm getting a nice little trickle of people who like what I do. And that's something I wasn't getting with Variety. Variety failed me. Variety doesn't work for everybody. I don't think many people say that. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be in Variety casting and it's going to be all great and stuff. I'm just going to play and people are going to come and stuff. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, then I'll just try another game. It's like, try something else, maybe. Try focusing. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're in the wrong time slot. Maybe you're better at doing something else. And you just don't know it yet because you haven't tried. A couple of weeks will go by, I'll do another one of these and you'll see how things have changed. But if I have anything to say in closing, it's that I'm so thankful to the people around me, the people that have supported me, for helping me through this change. Because introducing myself as Avalon Star, I'm an amateur speedrunner, starting to click with me, and I hope that in a couple of months' time, you know, it'll be that much more powerful. I hope. I really hope.